Welcome to Metals Investment Forum. I have here CEO of American Pacific, Warwick. Hello, welcome.
Thank you, Chen. Appreciate you having me.
Yeah, you had an excellent presentation and a 3D diagram at our presentation. Can you give us a little bit more detail of this exciting new project of medicine, which Rio Tinto is drilling aggressively this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to do so. So in June of this year, we closed a transformative transaction for American Pacific, which was on the Madison Gold Copper Mine. It's a past producing mine, produced in the 1940s and then produced again between 2008 and 2012. At that time, it produced about 2.7 million pounds of copper, averaging grades between 20 and 35% copper, so spectacularly high grade. And then there was 770 ounces of gold in that as well, which was 16.1 grams per ton gold. So that's all at the skarn, its surface. The company that owned it before us drilled down for the porphyry and hit the latite porphyry. So that was what created a lot of excitement for that company. And they were able to bring in Rio Tinto as a partner. Rio may earn up to 70% of the project by spending $30 million US. They spent $2 million US last year. They were very pleased with the results that they found, and they're presently drilling right now. So yeah, it's been a fun time for American Pacific shareholders. I think there's a lot of excitement to come, especially with a significant drill program underway at Madison as we speak.
Wow, very interesting. In the recent release results, Rio found a very high grade, about 100-meter step out from the existing known deposit. Can you illustrate what's important for that drill hole and what's your plan for this year? Do they think those two are connected or there's another high grade on the other side? So
yeah, great question, Chen. So there are three old mines on the project. There is the Madison, the Broadway, and the Hudson, which are all about 1 kilometer apart on a straight line. So what Rio's actually doing here is drilling along a 1 kilometer grid, and they're going to see if they can connect those three mines up. If they can do so, that'll be significant. What they were so excited about on the 2019 drilling is that in the case of three of the holes, one of them extended the mineralization 112 meters, one of the other holes it was 108 meters, and then the other one 43 meters, which just makes the skarn much larger than it was before. That's what got them excited. The grades are exciting for everyone, of course, but you want to put size to it, and they're starting to do that. You know, really when we got this project, we looked at it and said, okay, it's Rio Tinto. I mean, this is the second largest mining company in the world. They're in this for the porphyry. What's become clear from conversations with them is that they are very excited about the skarn as well. You know, you're talking about a skarn that they drilled 30 meters of 25 grams per ton gold starting at 8 meters. So, you know, cracker high grades at surface, which excites everyone and thankfully is exciting Rio Tinto as well. So the bulk of their drilling this year is focusing on the skarn. And then the intention for 2021 is they're going to go down after the porphyry as well. So they've got two significant targets to go at. Look, if they come in and they spend that 30 million US, owning 30% of a Rio Tinto size target for American Pacific shareholders could be tremendous.
Well, absolutely. Do you know, is there any timeline they plan to drill this year? And do you know when do they, going to have some news for a shareholder, which is everyone, including myself, could be very anxious about?
Yeah, no question. So this is going to be an exciting year for American Pacific shareholders. Within 2020, we're going to put out about $10 million worth of drill data. So there's going to be a lot of news coming. 2 million US has already come out. We'll have drill releases from Rio Tinto on the Madison project, but Tuscarora is going to get drilled this year as well. So there's going to be lots of news flow coming up. Rio is doing a significant program. What's interesting about it is this is only the second program they've drilled since COVID-19. So they're doing it a little differently. They had initially planned on having 2 drills. They're having 1 to keep the number of people down, but they're going to be drilling for the next 3 to 4 months. They'll drill 19 days on, 10 days off, and they'll drill a day shift and a night shift. So, you know, anticipation is that we'll have drill holes coming up here 4 weeks or so, I would think, is probably the correct answer. And we're hoping that we're going to be able to release them in batches, which is a conversation that we'll have with Rio. And then there'll be drilling coming out of Tuscarora as well. That's probably maybe 8 to 12 weeks out, I would guess, just because we've just signed the deal on that. So lots of news coming, and then we're hoping to transact on Gooseberry as well. So if we can transact on that and have them drill that this year too, that's going to add to the news flow.
Can you talk a little bit about Tuscarora? You mentioned a little bit. That was Quentin Henning's favorite project back to Novo times.
We love that project. It's a great project. You've been out there, and it's a it's a high grade epithermal system. Again, we focused on high grade advanced assets, and this certainly fits that bill. They've had some spectacular gold, as we did in 2018. We brought in a partner last week, a company by the name of Elko Sun Mining. They're in the process of going public. They'll be in drilling this year. We liked this transaction. This sees it get some drilling, which it desperately needs to create that excitement. We also get shares in Elko Sun, which we think will be quite valuable. So those go into the treasury as well. And if they go through on this transaction, it takes it all the way to feasibility. So that's another a great milestone for the company.
Okay, great. When are they going to be listed? They're listed in London or in TSX or as well?
No, they're listing on the TSX Venture. I believe they're going to be listed in around 2 to 3 weeks time. They're just in final comments from what I understand. So they should be up and trading in short order.
Oh, very good. That will create a lot of excitement, and then people look at who's their JV partner.
Well, that's right. I mean, we're happy to have these guys as partners. It's a nice transaction. It's different than the Rio transaction. When you do these transactions with other juniors, you want to make sure that you're getting a portion of their company. So you're owning shares in that company. So you want to be careful of the companies that you pick, and you want to believe that those shares are going to do well. In the case of the guys that are taking this on, which is going to all come out when the company goes public, we think it will do really well. So that helps the treasury. You know, we've got $3 million in cash. We've got $6.1 million in warrants that are in the money. Plus, we've got shares in Elko Sun. So we're sitting in an advantageous position for a company that only burns, $100,000 or so, yet still is going to have $10 million worth of drill data in 2020. That's a good spot to be in.
Excellent. So, do you have any lockup period for that Elko Sun, or?
We do. I think it's 6, 9, and 12 months, a third. But you have to correct me if I'm wrong. But it's something along those in that range.
Okay.
It's not a long lockup. You want to give them some time to get going and get some drills turning. So 6 months isn't long.
Yeah, very, very good. Excellent. So from your corporate perspective, so you have those potentially 2 or 3 world-class projects coming. So are you getting any interest, or are you getting some interest from the institutions, or what's your plan for get this story out?
Here's been the nice part since we closed this transaction is some of those mid-level banks. Echelon's a great example. Echelon have been great. We've been in numerous discussions with them. They took part in the last financing as well. Those are the types of groups that we're getting in conversations with now. Those are the guys who will get you in front of the correct institutions, which is where we need to be. That's how this company goes from being, a $30 million market cap to a $100 million growth story. That's what we want to do. They're starting to show us assets as well for things that we can review that can go into the company. And of course, they would tie in to help finance as well. We're in a good, strong position now, Chen, and we're very, very excited for 2020 and seeing this company grow.
Yeah, excellent, excellent. I watch your company grow. I mean, this is probably the best shape you have for the past 2 years. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I keep saying it, but that is the truth. We're excited. Rio Tinto's a world-class partner. We've got a nice partner as well on Tuscarora, and we'll see if we can bring in a partner here on Gooseberry as well, and create a lot of excitement for shareholders in 2020.
Well, I can see you have a lot of catalysts throughout the year. Congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much, Chen. I appreciate the time.